An easy way to move items from one Moodle shell to another is through the sharing cart. The sharing cart is an add-on utility that you can add to your Moodle shell. So you're going to start right at Moodle and open the two shells that you want to work between. The shell that you're taking material from and the shell that you're adding it to. So I'll just open one shell. And a little trick here is you can right-click on the dashboard and open in a new tab. That will leave this shell open, and then you can choose the other shell from the dashboard. That way you'll have both of the shells open and be able to work in between them. So I'm just going to open this other shell. So you can see now I have one shell open in the right tab and a different shell in the left tab. The next thing that I need to do is make sure that I have the sharing cart installed in both of the shells. So I'm going to scroll down, make sure that editing is on. Scroll down on the right past all the administrative tools, and you'll see this Add a Block palette. You can click on the drop-down menu, scroll down, and choose Sharing Cart. Give it a minute, and it will load it onto your shell. So let's see, where it is. There it is right there. You can see it says Sharing Cart. And I'm going to make sure I have it in this shell also. So checking that editing's on. And I've actually already installed it here, but you do have to install it into each shell. Okay, now let's say this is the receiving shell. I want to get material from my other shell and move it here. So first I'm going to think about where do I want this new material. And I'm going to say to myself, all right, I want to put it in here into week 2. So I've just sort of opened week 2 so I can see it. And now I'm going back over to the original shell. And one of the things you're going to notice that's changed is there are these little pale green basket icons that you see over on the right of each item when you have the sharing cart installed. And that's basically letting you know you can put this thing into the sharing cart. Any one of these things you could just put in there. I think of the sharing cart kind of like a shopping cart. So you can put in, here is a Word file. So I'm just going to click on that. And then you can see it's asking me to confirm that I want it in there. Here's a Dropbox. And I'm going to say to myself, yeah, I want that in there too. And remember, I'm not taking anything out of this shell. I'm really copying everything. So that is one thing to consider, that it's nothing, you're not losing anything. So again, here is a link to a story. So I'm clicking on that. And you'll see now that all of these items have been added to the sharing cart. Now I can go back over to the course I want to accept the materials. And one thing you have to remember, here the sharing cart looks empty, but that's because I opened this shell and then I opened the cart in the other shell without updating this one. So to update my view here, I'm going to go and reload the page. And whatever browser you're using has one of these little circular arrows that refreshes the page. So now you'll see these items are in my sharing cart. And to install them, all I have to do is click on this button. You'll see if I hover over it, it says copy to course. So if I click on that, I now get these dotted boxes with arrows that offer to paste these items in all different parts of the course, under every section. In every section or topic or week, you're going to get one, because that's where we would ordinarily add materials. So you just choose the section that you want the materials to appear in. So I'll click copy here. And now you can see there's that file. It's still over here in the sharing cart as well. So I'm going to add the Dropbox right here as well. Give it a minute because it does take a second. It's copying from one shell to another. Sometimes I get impatient and end up with 2 or 3 copies because I keep clicking the button. And here's a white heron. And I'm going to just put that right in there. And now you can see I have all these items in this week. And I can, pick them up and move them anywhere in here within the section, just like usual in Moodle. I can move things within sections around as well. So that is how you use the sharing cart. You also can clean it out by clicking on bulk delete, and that will just take everything that's in it out. I've learned to clean it out regularly because otherwise everything you copy stays in there. But that can also be helpful too. All right, I hope you give the sharing cart a try.